Hello, my shiny minds. I am Shiny, and you are here to create your own shiny mind.
You ready to shine? Come on, it's the shiny one. You got this. If you wanna go galactic.
And today we are going to talk about a subject that you are going to need your shiny mind so much, because we're going to talk about toxic people. 3 tips to cope with toxic people. I am sure you have a bunch of them around you, and I am hoping that you are not one of them. And I want to just start my video by telling you this very simple fact. Most of the time, we don't realize that we have toxicity around us, and we don't realize that we have toxic people around us. And so we keep going on our days and our life and our everyday communication and behaviors, and then boom, we hit a wall. And then we stop and then we wonder, what did just happen, right? If you had experienced one of those moments, you are gonna relate to what I'm talking about. You just met a toxic person. And sometimes they can make you feel like you are the problem, and sometimes they are openly going to attack you, and sometimes they are going to go ahead and make you feel like you are the crazy one. Because there are so many incredible terminologies, there are so many incredible concepts from the world of psychology that you may not even be aware of. For example, gaslighting. For example, NPD, narcissistic personality disorders. They actually can make you feel like you are going crazy, and you doubt yourself, and you shake your own ground, and you can even lose your own self-confidence, and you get confused. Because these people, they may not even be aware of what they're doing and why they're doing. If you ask me, why, Shiny, why are they toxic? Well, I'll tell you about this. Have you ever heard about the attachment style? That's a very big one. If you haven't, please go ahead and Google it. Google attachment styles, and you are going to find out one of the biggest reasons why people become toxic. The way we are raised in our childhood, in our upbringing, the mom and dad, the immediate environment, what we get from them actually teaches us how to communicate and relate to others. We learn to create secure attachment, anxious attachment, or insecure and avoidant attachment. I am not going to go into the details of the attachment styles, but definitely Google it and get yourself educated about it, because that's where toxicity begins. And if you are somebody who is curious about mental health, and if you are somebody who wants to actually invest in your own mental health, you gotta become aware of the fact that there will always be toxic people around, intentionally or unintentionally making you feel worse. And that's why I'm gonna give you 3 tips to cope with them. Before I give you my tips, I want to ask you this question. Do you really want to cope with that toxic person? Do you really care about having a relationship with this person? What is your intention? What is your outcome? What do you want? What is your goal? Why am I asking this? Because this specific goal, the outcome that you want to receive, is going to determine the way you are going to deal with toxic people. If you decide that, I am definitely not going to allow any toxic people into my life, then you may not even need to learn how to cope with them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why if you really, really, truly need to cope with them, then you're going to appreciate these 3 tips. And if you're ready, let's begin. Tip number 1. You gotta program your shiny mind to keep your cool, my friend. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm gonna break it down to 2 ways. 1, you need to remind yourself to never lose control. because these toxic people, they can drive you nuts. They can really make you go crazy. And you need to actually program your mind, and you need to constantly talk to yourself that you are the one who is in charge. Never lose control. I understand you might have reactions. You are a human being. That's okay. We all have it. You can actually make yourself heard, and you might need to increase your voice, your tonality, to actually share your feelings and your emotions and how they make you feel. That's okay. What I'm telling you here is to never lose control to a point that you start yelling and screaming and everything becomes ugly. You know what I mean? So you don't want to find yourself attacking somebody with like bad words and labeling them, and people might start crying. So you don't want to go to those moments. That is never going to help anybody. So never lose control. Be on top of your own emotions, and that's called self-regulation. I know it's not easy, but it's possible. Second way to keep your cool is a more entertaining way. Well, that is going to help you to empower yourself. You might pick a song, a moment, something that is going to make you feel so empowered and so good. So no matter what happens outside of you, you're going to feel so awesome inside of you. You know what I mean? So when somebody does something to you, when somebody says something to you that you don't like, whoosh, cut your own presence and literally do not exist in that environment, exist in your mind. Just hope into your mind, literally click on that mental file where you start listening to your own favorite song, where you go to a beautiful memory in your mind and start imagining how beautiful it was, that moment, and how you felt. So that actually is going to give you the boost and empowerment to keep your cool, my friend. Number 2, look at this as a game and you are gonna win. You know what happens in video games? Like there are challenges, and as you just overcome a challenge, you go to the next level and you win. And as you win, guess what happens? Your brain actually releases dopamine, and then you feel so good about yourself. You feel like you are an achiever, you're a winner. And that actually makes you feel so in charge of yourself that you don't even think about this toxic person around you, because it's not about them, it's about you. So make it about you. Look at this as a game and tell yourself, I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna give myself a gift for winning this game. And 3, last but not least, you can surprise them with your kindness. You know that Selena Gomez song, kill them with kindness? You can literally kill them with your kindness and surprise them with your kindness and your understanding. And I gotta warn you, this is going to take a lot more than you can imagine. It is going to require empathy, human psychology, understanding, self-regulation, and all that good stuff. When you are aware that they are a toxic person, what you need to do is to approach them and to tell them, hey, I understand this is hard for you. It is probably the reason why you're acting this way. I totally get it. And at the same time, it also triggers me. So you put the responsibility on them. And if they are not taking that responsibility, you have 2 choices, my friend. You can either push, try to make them aware and responsible. And if they are responsible, they're going to be willing and they're going to do something to correct their mistake. But do they really do it? Toxic people? No, they don't. They don't take responsibility and they are not willing to correct it. So the second choice is walk away. Don't get involved. You know what they say. You don't need to participate to everything that you are invited. So you don't need to participate in this invitation of toxicity. So there you have it. 3 tips to cope with toxic people. What do you think? Please put a comment below and let me know what you think. Do you have toxic people around you? How do you cope with them? What are some strategies that you use and they're so powerful that you want everybody to know? And of course, you want to like this video and subscribe to my channel because we need more shiny minds. We have enough toxicity. Don't you agree? We need more love. We need more shiny minds. We need more enlightenment, right? So that's why you want to subscribe, and together we can create a much better world with a lot of love and shiny minds.
Are you ready to shine? Come on, it's
Coolio.
the shiny one. You got this. If you wanna go
Toxic.
galactic,
Go galactic.
then you're in the right place. Let's go, let's go. You've got to get with shiny.
Shiny.
She'll take you to your bright space.
Absolutely.
'Cause she knows your heart.
Awareness.
And she definitely knows